Hi and welcome back to Cheeky Crypto. My name is Nick and today we are going to dive into the world of Cardano. We have seen many questions over the last few weeks about the price expectations of Cardano's ADA coin, specifically the ADA price prediction for 2025. As we get into this video, if you find it useful and informative, then hit that like button. I really do appreciate it. And if you are new to the channel, then consider subscribing, hitting the bell, and selecting all notifications, and you will not miss another Cardano update. Right, with all that done and out of the way, let's talk about Cardano and what price the ADA coin might reach by 2025. Before jumping into the ADA price prediction for 2025, I think it is important to first understand what market capitalization is and why market cap can give you a false sense of security. Market cap or market capitalization is a calculation that emerged from traditional finance, but one that has also seeped into the crypto world. It's used everywhere as a justification for investment decisions and a metric to measure the size and value of a cryptocurrency or token. But there's a big problem. Market cap is meaningless, easily manipulated, and creates a false sense of value. It's actually even more than this. It's downright dangerous because it misleads investors and plays a role in the crypto panics and wild swings that so often impact the space. Most investors require a simple way of finding an answer to what is a very complex subject: the value of a network. It also speaks to the greed of some investors who use it clinically and the media's insatiable appetite for sensational headlines. Market cap or market capitalization is calculated by multiplying the circulating supply of a cryptocurrency by its last token price. It's a widely used metric for measuring the size and value of a cryptocurrency or token network. Herein lies the problem. Market cap is about price, not value. It does not reflect the value of the company or crypto asset you're investing in. This is a fundamental distinction that is often overlooked. Price is what you pay for a coin or token. It has nothing to do with what you actually get, aka value. It's an indication of what people are paying for something, and this is usually driven by irrational sentiment, which has little connection to an asset's real value. Assuming that whatever the market is willing to charge for an asset is equal to what it's worth is a big mistake. Think about the gains experienced by crypto assets in the last few months, sometimes overnight. Bitcoin and Ethereum have added billions to their market caps, but what actually changed? Did they get more users, launch a new technology, or achieve more mainstream adoption? What changes have occurred to the underlying fundamentals? The critical takeaway: market cap is about price, and the price has nothing to do with the value. It's just a multiplication of the last transaction price by the circulating supply, and therefore has no use in trying to assess value. Right, so now that we know that market cap only represents the price and not the value of an asset, let's talk Cardano and ADA price predictions for 2025. Let's jump down to the desktop and take a look at Cardano's charts and plot out what could be on the horizon for Cardano. Okay guys, in order to talk about the price expectations for Cardano's ADA in 2025, we're first of all going to have to make a few assumptions on this journey. We've obviously spoken quite a bit and quite heavily about Cardano's ecosystem over the last few months, everything from smart contracts through to the Hydra scaling solution, all the way through to running countries on chain. Now, obviously, all of that fundamental stuff is fantastic, and the technical data here represents a small slither of that fundamental data so far. Obviously, once we start to see those smart contracts roll out, the fundamentals are going to affect the technical data here as well. So we are going to have to make a few assumptions in order to really predict out where things are likely to go during 2025, right? So in 4 years from now, what would be the price expectations? So the first assumption that we're going to need to make is obviously where the all-time high is during the 2021 and 2022 bull run, right? Obviously, we have got the Fibonacci retracement tool on here that is indicating currently $7.20. I do think, though, we are more than likely going to head up towards the $10 range. I think we're going to hit $10 before we do actually kind of have a pullback. I think that's the theoretical limit. But obviously, I'd like to be wrong and potentially go up a little bit higher towards the 15 or 20. But for the premise of this particular video, we're going to run with a $10 high, all-time high being set during this bull run before we eventually see a pullback. Okay, so that's the first assumption that we're going to make. We're going to make the $10 range here the high. Then obviously we need to come down to a point where we have to understand how much value is going to be lost during the bear market. And we're going to pull back. There's going to be a significant amount of money taken out of the market. What does that look like? I'm going to go with a pretty comfortable 70% retracement from here, right? So I'm going to go ahead and just grab hold of our $10 range and just go down by 70%. Okay, I'm just going to pop that down. It's approximately here, right? So that would put us down towards the $3 level, okay, for Cardano. So we go from $10 to $3. Okay, so we obviously have a high and we have a low point. This then lets us actually plot a Fibonacci retracement tool on this that then says, okay, using this high and this low, where are the next kind of extension levels likely to drop, right? How high are we likely to go? Obviously, all-time high being set at the end of 2021 and beginning of 2022, we are more than likely going to see the low point of that value being completely taken out of the market by probably 2023, 2024, something in that kind of range. You're going to find that bottom. Okay, so obviously during this period, you're going to be dollar cost averaging better positions, taking advantage of every dip on that journey ahead of the expectations for 2025, right? You want to be building a very strong and sturdy position. So during the bull run of 2021, you want to sell on the way up, and then you want to buy on the way down, okay? And then obviously going into 2025, I guess basically dollar cost averaging better positions. So what we're going to do is we're going to grab that Fibonacci retracement tool. We're going to drop that on here, and we're going to run it from the high until the low, okay? So now we obviously have a Fibonacci retracement tool here that is basically going to run from the high of $10 and go down to $3, okay? So the approximate level. Okay, so straight away it shows us as the first price prediction or price level is the 1.618 area of the extension level, right? This comes in at $14.36, I believe that is. Okay, the second level comes in at $21.36, followed by the third level, the 3.618 at $28.37. We then actually top out here on the 4.236 level of the extensions, coming in at $32.70. Now, obviously, this is an approximate. If we do drop down any lower, then again, that just means we end up going up higher, right? So we have to be mindful of that. So I'm thinking that during 2025, that particular bull run, considering the amount of adoption that there should be in the market overall, and this is really just around the amount of CBDCs that are going to be out in circulation. There's going to be mass adoption across blockchain technology by 2025, according to the roadmaps across many, many banks, specifically in Europe, but we've also seen some over in the States as well. So knowing this, that there's going to be a lot more adoption, I would say that actually we're more than likely going to just go a little bit higher than this extension level, more than likely going to be targeting around that $35 to $40 range. That would be my kind of guess here in terms of where price expectations for ADA are likely to land. Now, obviously, we've used a few assumptions. We obviously know where we're tracking this year. We know how far that is likely to extend to, possibly with smart contract functionality hitting that $10 range. That means we have a good high point, and 70% drop in value for Cardano is pretty steep. But that being said, I do think it potentially could be around that 70%, maybe a little bit shallower than that. But this gives us a pretty good idea as to what is likely to happen. Right, guys, there you have it. The price of Cardano ADA, in my opinion, based on the charts this year and the technical analysis based on some broad assumptions, could be in the range of $35 to $40 by 2025. This may seem low for some in the space. However, it is important to note that in the next 4 years, a lot can change. And we could see many more countries operating on the Cardano ecosystem and a load more fantastic use cases. And of course, As a Cardano investor, it is important to understand where Cardano is going, and by 2030 the price of ADA could reach that magic $100. If you found this video useful and informative, then hit that like button. I really do appreciate it. If you are new, make sure you subscribe and select all notifications, and you will never miss another update. With all this said and done, I hope you have a fantastic day, and I'll see you in the next one.